Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here to discuss starting something new and some of the reasons why we might not start or put things off. It makes me think a lot about tall poppy syndrome lately, and some of the fears that we create around the fear of being ridiculed, which I think is something like we have a big problem with in Australia is, when someone's trying something new or trying to better themselves, we're so quick to pull that person down. I think, if it's collectively with your friends and, there's good banter, that's okay. But it's when people are really putting themselves out there and, they're not getting the support and feedback from the people that you'd hope you would get. I think like when I first started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is, I thought about it for about a year, saying that I wanted to do something, but I didn't have the confidence to do it. And I guess how I was at a UFC match, and when it was introduced to me was, hey, like we actually do something similar to this now. It's called BJJ, and you should come down and give it a go. And I probably drove past the gym 3 times before I actually, decided to walk in. And 10 years later, I'm still here, which I'm so thankful in that moment that I had someone that would reach out and say, hey, come give this a go. But look, I think of the people, especially even some of my friends that have reached out to me and go, oh, I would love to do BJJ, but I just want to get my fitness up. And or they might say something along the lines of, oh, I'd love to do that, but I just don't want to suck, straight away. So that fear of being ridiculed or not being good at something straight away, which is a real fear, but it's just one of those things that you just have to show up. And you are going to suck, especially trying anything new, but as long as you give it a go, you rip in. Like I say it to the kids, like you're not going to be great when you first do it, but it's just about showing up and giving it a crack, and staying consistent to yourself, which goes a long way. So this is to the people out there that are maybe afraid of trying something new. It doesn't have to be BJJ, just anything that to just give it a crack, rip in, and 10 years down the track you might look back and say, hey, I'm so glad I did something like that. It changed my life. So just wanted to share my thoughts around that. And if someone's trying something new, support them, give them good feedback, and I'm sure it'll go a long way. Awesome. Thanks guys.